What's up YouTube? My name is Justin Chitla, and in this video I'm going to show you the best podcasts to listen to if you are a product manager or want to become one. Stick around because my personal favorite is at the end. Alrighty, first off, if you are watching this video, then thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. But more importantly, good for you, because I'm assuming if you are looking for great podcasts, then you are an individual with a growth mindset, and you are investing in yourself and in your future because you are taking some time and trying to learn new things. You are a lifelong learner, aren't you? And if I'm describing you, then I want you to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Twitter because you are the type of person I want in my social media community. Let's get right into it. At number 5, we have Y Combinator. Yes, ever heard of him? You know, probably the most famous startup accelerator in the world. This accelerator has helped spawn so many successful startups, including Airbnb, Dropbox, Stripe, Reddit, and Twitch. Oh, and on the side, they like to share advice and stories about growing a startup in their own podcasts. I think they know what they're talking about, so go check them out. All right, number 4, we have Acquired. This podcast shares the stories of all the major tech deals. If you are curious about how the bigger companies go about acquiring the other ones, or maybe why they happen, then you will definitely want to listen to this podcast. I just listened to an episode where they went really in depth on the acquisition of Whole Foods by Amazon. It was interesting how they talked about the history of grocery and tech, and even how the acquisition would most likely affect both industries in the future. I mean, it's episodes like this one that can spark creative ideas in your head about projects or ventures that you'd like to create. I think this is the cool thing about podcasts because you can just be sitting there or driving in your car and you will hear many cool things that can provoke other cool thoughts. At number 3, we have Startup by Gimlet. This is a super cool podcast because they do so many fun things and really know how to mix it up. By the name, you can already tell that they share cool startup stories and you get a sense of what it is like to grow a business from scratch. A really cool series they made about 7 months ago was about a startup bus competition where teams would form and create startups in a matter of 3 days on a road trip in a bus. Like what? This is such a cool story. It was really exciting to follow along. I think it was like 5 episodes long. Go check it out. Moving right along, at number 2, we have How I Built This with Guy Raz. This is a super cool podcast, like the other ones, that share so many inspiring stories about how a founder created their company. Some of my favorites are AOL with Steve Case, Five Guys with Jerry Morrell, and 1-800-GOT-JUNK with Brian Scudamore. This is number 2 because you get to listen to actual founders and how they came across the ideas and also how they dealt with their inevitable challenges or problems that they faced along the way. And finally, my favorite podcast right now, because it is new, it's awesome. Number 1 is Masters of Scale with the founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman. Not only does this podcast share with you incredible, useful insights on what it takes to succeed as a founder or entrepreneur, the production quality of this podcast was just amazing. I mean, you can tell that Reid has a knack for storytelling, and you just get hooked on all the episodes just like that. You just want to binge watch them or binge listen to them all at once. Go check this episode out. It's called How to Find Your Big Idea with Spanx Sarah Blakely. This was a great story, and I think you're going to love Reid and his new podcast right away. Well, sweet. I hope you will enjoy these podcast selections because they are all super interesting to me and have made me not hate my morning and afternoon commute. If you liked the video, please subscribe and check out my other ones. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy.